Is this a Lowkey Litty?
Is it?
We're talking. Yeah. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Nicole, and we're back with another forgot we had the mic. With another episode of Lowkey Litty.
Like a titty.
And you know who it is. Co-host of the beautiful show that you all know and love. No. While you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video right now because you know you clicked on the video, so you must like it, and turn on your notification bell, baby, so you don't miss a video with me. And I forgot the mic again.
Think.
We're working with mics today on Lowkey Litty. We don't know if it's gonna change the sound. We tested it a few times, but maybe our ears are special. We didn't.
You talk fast.
Oh, we didn't. I don't know. We didn't see a difference, but we're like, let's just film it with this and see. We know we can clip it to us, guys, but this just seems cooler.
Yeah, like we're podcasters.
Ask me your style. Would you all be interested in a podcast? Like, Lowkey always wanted to make a podcast.
Lowkey Litty is a podcast.
Lowkey Litty, baby. Let's get into it, though.
Yeah, let's just make Lowkey Litty and make it into a podcast.
Okay, let's get into it, though, for real. Today's Lowkey Litty episode is, I feel like, a little more of a serious one, and let me tell you where it came from first and foremost. So a fellow person in the spinal cord injury community, baby, posted a podcast video. I watched it on YouTube, that's why I say video. I'm gonna say video, but it's a podcast. Where it was titled "People Will Leave," and in that video I feel like she triggered a lot. It triggered a lot of things in me, and I feel like talking about it. And tomorrow, by the time this video airs, it'll be tomorrow, we are going to be a part of another live broadcasting on Live to Rose channel. I'll leave the link down below, baby. And some of these are the topics. And I don't think really all of them, like what I narrowed it down to. However, I thought as what?
Here, think fella.
Okay. Like, maybe it is time to talk about this shit on my channel. I mean, if I'm gonna talk about it on someone else's, why don't I talk about it on mine?
True.
And you know what?
I hit the mic. Sorry.
To everyone, like, newly injured, not injured, to anyone even just like who has someone they know with this injury, this video might slap you in the face. It's gonna be a hit of reality. Because no matter how much people look like they have it together, support is a big one, and that's what this video is about today. Support. So let's get into it. You ready, sis?
Yeah.
And I was in the hospital. I'm gonna speak for myself because Ashley and I had different hospital experiences, probably, you know, similar, but you can like nod your head if you agree. You know, say you agree. Like, yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
And I think leave in the comments below if this is anyone else's experience in spinal cord injury community, because I feel like this is probably common. When you're in the hospital, you have a lot of people coming to visit you. It's kind of an overcrowd of people. Like, a lot of people, a lot of friends, family, friends of friends, family of friends, or people sometimes you don't even know. You're like, why are you coming to visit me? People from your past. And then when you go home and when you actually don't have nurses and you don't have doctors, when you actually need those people to care for you, they're not around. And for me in the hospital, I was already seeing that decline of friendships that I had and family member dropping. And when I came home, it was like clear that that wasn't there anymore. Like, I wasn't just seeing things. This was the reality of the care, of the lack of support. And I know everyone in the community who's sustained spinal cord injuries situation is different. Some people have crazy support throughout their whole, like, still to this day, like, people are helping them out.
Yeah.
But for my sister and I don't think that was the case. That wasn't the case shortly after. Actually, still being in the hospital, that wasn't the case.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the care that you need, a lot of people dropped as the time went by.
Yeah, for sure.
And
now it's like just you for the most part.
And one thing, sorry, I'm looking down because I have like a notebook of notes. One thing, so, you know, you already heard that we don't really have that support. But this is not to like talk about that in the full aspect or any of that. What I kind of wanted to dive into is, how is it losing those friends, family? How was that experience for you? Like, were you surprised by the people that went away? What was your emotions going through that process, starting to realize, damn, I'm kind of alone in this?
It's fucked up. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
But like I was telling you earlier, I said, man, I was having a moment. Start there. And I said, man, being disabled sucks because you really realize that a lot of people in your life are fake.
And I will elaborate on that is because I feel like I had a lot of friends, and I'm putting friends in quotes for a reason. Because shortly being in the hospital, I realized, and afterwards, going through what I was going through mentally and physically, I thought more people would be there, and silly me, they weren't, and I needed that support. I feel like, did the support push me? It did push me. I think everything happens for a reason, and it did push me to be independent, but I was freaking surprised by the people who didn't stick around for me.
Oh yeah.
For sure. You know, we have other siblings. They weren't there for us like that.
Mm-hmm.
The like own people that lived in our home weren't there for us like that.
Oh yeah.
People that I feel like if they were in this situation, friendship wise, weren't there for me like that. And I feel like I would have been there for them.
Nobody is, but that's because the lack of care people have, honestly. Selfishness.
It really,
That's
I think
true.
when you sustain a spinal cord injury, it really does put into perspective that...
Start that sentence again.
Huh?
Sorry, start that sentence again. You got this.
It really puts into perspective that you're kind of alone in the world. And that's really, it's weird to say because clearly I have my sister here. I guess there's sometimes I can't help but wonder, like, damn, would she have done the same to me if she was able-bodied?
Yeah, it's like the people that you're kind of shocked, like that they acted the way they acted after we became injured. You're like, damn. But I guarantee if you were in my situation, you would have hated if I would have acted how you're acting. But the thing is I wouldn't have. I know me, I wouldn't have.
See,
For certain people, like for you. Like if you and I was okay, I'd be there.
And for me, I think of friendships that I have lost. Not having those people that I thought would be there for me. And then it is, I lost a lot of friends. I was in the restaurant industry, so I feel like I was pretty social, always speaking to people, always with someone. You know, like if it wasn't that person, it was another person. If it wasn't that person, it was another, you know. You're always with someone, and quickly realize like a lot of those people sometimes are only in your life because it's convenient for them. And when I stopped being convenient to those people, it's like that friendship stopped. And even being in the hospital, hearing people's excuses of why they couldn't be there for me when all I needed was people was kind of like a slap in the face.
Are you gonna cry?
Mm-hmm.
But you did your makeup, so
I
don't.
know I'm not.
I love you.
I love you too.
We need a minute?
No. It's hard.
No, it is.
you think people will be there for you that are not, like, my closest of friends that I thought would be there for me weren't.
Yeah.
I feel like I actually was listening to this podcast with Erin Fields. Erin Fields was on a podcast. Don't know the podcast name. I'll leave it right here when I don't know it off the top of my head. She said the 3 people that you think will be there for you when you're going through something life-changing, you'll be surprised that those 3 people probably won't be there for you. And that's what happened for me. Not 3, 2, but it's like a slap in the face.
Same, I guess, for 2 as well.
Sometimes it's hard for me because the people that happened with never expected it. So not only was I grieving toxic relationships or grieving a friendship that I lost, I was also dealing with the fact that I was paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought those people would be there for me. And there's a lot now that I notice, and I tell this to Ashley all the time, that like I don't talk to so-and-so just because they haven't reached out to me, so I just don't feel like it's worth it. And sometimes I feel like selfish for saying that, like, oh, like, why are you like that? But then I realize, like, I would have been there for that person in ways that they haven't been, and maybe it's best, maybe that this situation has just shown me that maybe it's best that we are just, like, further than close.
Does it kind of open your eyes to the kind of relationship you have with people?
It does. It honestly has made me, it's kind of made me a little heartless, but more heartless at this, more full of heart.
What?
If that makes sense. That doesn't. What I'm trying to say is made me heartless in the fact that I don't really care to make like new friends. I don't really care to like entertain your
what?
Your friendship if it's like toxic to me, or if it's like I can see that like it's just a friendship that's probably not going to be anywhere in 5 years, to be honest. Or if I was to happen in the hospital again, you probably would be one that bounced back off again. And it's made me heartless in that sense, but it's also made me also recognize very real people. That people.
And see, this is like where we're like kind of different.
Okay.
This is where we're kind of different because remember earlier, or the other day when we were having a conversation with another fellow person in the spinal cord injury community, and I mentioned how now, post-injury, that I've definitely realized a lot of people are really fake. You really can't trust no one. It's sad. It's really sad, and it's a very negative viewpoint on life. But sometimes I feel that way. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but when you told me that,
because I've experienced that.
She's told me that before, and I'm like, yes, because now that fake part that you had said, like people are really fake, it brings into sight because a lot of people, when you get injured, know you need care. It's not like it's hidden news. It's not like something that we hide. It's, you know it. You need it. The hospital, the people tell you that's one of the first things they tell you. They're gonna need care. It's not something hidden, right? But it's funny to me, the people that you will hear, you ask for help, and then that one time where you're like, damn, I had no help today, because you know social media, everything goes on social media nowadays. I had no help today, or this, that. Oh, you should have called me, I would have been there. But when I did call you, you had every excuse in the book not to be there.
Exactly.
Actually, I remember a time in the hospital, I asked a friend to come to the hospital, and they could not make it to the hospital for whatever bullshit ass reason. Oh, excuse my French, I'm gonna beep that out. Beep. And they didn't come. And I remember sitting in my bed just like crying, because I was like, I just needed a friend today. And I know you're not that busy, because this time used to be our time together.
And because you think, like, I like to think if I was this like a good friend, a acquaintance, good friend, I would say, no, Fridge, you okay?
Yeah, Fridge, messing up our video.
Oh, forgot about my mic, I'm sorry. I would say that you would have been there. You would have left 30 minutes earlier for work, or...
Who?
You.
Oh.
For a friend. And that's why you probably like, damn, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. And it was a slap in the face. There was a lot of people that I thought I was really close to. Bestest of friends, and it wasn't that. And that hurt. That hurt a lot. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah. And then too, it's like sad, it's like, you know, like if that person was hurt, they would expect
that from you.
Because
a lot of friendships that I have too now, I'll notice I'll ask for help, and they'll, it's like your burden, okay, whatever, don't help them. And I've distanced myself from a lot of people, I feel like, and people probably can tell the times I'm weird with them too, just because, like, I don't know, just wouldn't expect that from you. But then you think if they were in my position, they would have expected me to be there for them like that. But I also feel like I am that friend that I would have been there like that. But I quickly realized that I can't be there for everyone. And I mean, a lot of people have told me that, like, oh, Nicole, you always wore your heart on your sleeve, so can't expect that from everyone. And I realized that. And I know for you, it's been a different little journey, because, like, I would have only done that for you, honestly. Huh? Like, maybe a select few, like, close friends that you have that are still there for you. But for me, it's like friends dropped like flies.
Oh, yeah.
Like flies.
So I didn't have that many friends, so.
Man, that's why I feel like art. So clearly we stated that we had lack of support, you know, not much support.
Yeah.
And it may look on it at like social media and stuff, but I guess in this video, just to say, we're gonna have to make a part 2. Because I had so many questions. It's to say, one is to say, support after an injury is all different for everyone. People will leave. Like Milz said in her video, people will leave. And that whole video just like triggered me. They will. And 2, I guess for anyone newly injured, an able-bodied person out there, always prepare to have yourself. That was probably one mistake that I made, thinking that people would be there.
Well, for me, I'm always scared I'm gonna end up alone, and then I can't care for myself. I'm screwed. But that's how much people scare me.
And she says that, and I know she's not saying that to attack me. A lot of you guys know I do her care, a lot of her care, majority of her care, when a care person isn't here. And, which is the majority of the time. Every day after 5 to 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Weekends, all the time. So, even times before 5. So, I don't feel attacked by that, but her and I have had conversations, what if I break my arm? And then she says, I would be screwed.
Or even like, what if you one day get like really sick?
Yeah, what if I get really sick? Like, these are conversations Ashley and I have with each other.
And you're like,
it's probably bad to think like that, but
That's
yeah.
how scary
What if I
get sometimes?
I'm a paraplegic. hand
On a
function.
quad.
What if I break one arm? What am I gonna do then? Like, yeah, I have this one arm free to do things, but I can't transfer her. I use all my upper body to do everything. And I mean, yeah, this is like getting off a little bit off topic, but these are things we think about.
It's going back to it's like, because you feel like you have no one in your corner, and it sucks.
And it's, I mean, I don't know if you almost cried, but I definitely almost cried in this video. And sustaining a spinal cord injury definitely will open your eyes to how alone you are if you don't have that support. I feel like, because I feel like if I brought someone on this episode of Lowkey Litty who has crazy support, been injured 10 years, and their mom's been their caregiver for all 10 years and stuff, they'd probably have a different story, different perspective. Ours isn't that way though, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it sucks to see at first. There's something I wanted to say. First we thought this was normal. We're like, oh, everyone must. I mean, it is. Everyone loses people. But we were just like, oh, everyone must like just fend for themselves when they get injured. Like,
Yeah.
you'll learn. They kick you in the bucket. Parents don't love them. Siblings don't love them. They're alone.
But send them home.
You can go.
Why are we laughing at this? This is sad, Nick.
You gotta make a joke out of the
True.
shitty situation we were dealt.
I always say that.
And I thought that was the norm. Let me go back to what I was saying. I thought
real?
that was the norm. Quickly realized once I placed myself into the community, which anyone newly injured watching this video, Ashley and I are not even 2 years out. We're still new. My one word of advice, and I'm happy I did this, and I've talked to a lot of people who didn't do this as soon as Ashley and I have done it, reach out to your community. I was so against it at first. Like, I don't want to meet other people in wheelchairs. Quickly in, I would say like 4 or 6 months in, I met with a peer mentor. And from then, her and I, we kind of clicked, but we didn't really talk much afterwards. But after meeting her, I was like, I want to meet more people like me. And that was the best decision I think I made, because it showed me, damn, you're not alone. Everyone has dealt with some sort of, not everyone, like I said, some people have support. Everyone though, some people I've met have dealt with the same things Ashley and I have dealt with, and they've been dealing with it longer than us. And it's hard. They say, I don't think it's gonna get better. We're probably gonna lose more people. Let's be real. Which is why we have the conversations we have if we were to lose each other. Because as much as Ashley can't stop. As much as Ashley can't help me with certain things, she does help me with things.
I do.
Mm-hmm. So even just the slightest thing of bringing my slide board to the shower when I forget it. Like, she helps me with things. If I want to lay on the couch all day, she'll bring me food on the couch. Like, even though someone else has to heat it up, she takes care of me. And I do wonder, what in the world would happen if me and you didn't have each other?
I don't know.
And we're blessed to have each other. And I know there's a lot of people out there who aren't as blessed as us to have a twin sister they were injured with. I mean, that's not a blessing, but in hindsight, if I had to be injured with anyone, I'm happy it was Ashley.
No, because if one of us was okay, life would be better.
Yeah, life would be better, honestly. So I'm gonna end the video here. We're probably gonna film part 2 right after this. But thank you so much for watching. It's your girl, Nicole. Sorry for the sad Lowkey Litty. I love you.
I love you too.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss a video with us and another episode of Lowkey Litty coming shortly, baby. Peace.
Peace.